Hello, I'm JX Editor, and I really hope this is actually working right now.
Me too.
I'm here with FireMerk Studios, which I'm Chase. I'm going to call you Chase,
Sounds good to me.
who I hope you can hear because he's kind of quiet for me.
I do apologize, everybody. I do apologize.
Uh, I'm just listening to it on the on YouTube to see how you sound, and I just learned that I sound like shit. But so what I'm doing today is I'm interviewing you because you just released your big edit of the year, probably.
Yes, sir. Which I appreciate the comments by.
It's impressive.
Thank you. It
Yeah,
it's just crazy that I finally was able to finish.
yeah. Why don't you tell the people about your project, the people who aren't watching right now, but they'll show up.
Yeah. So I made a fan edit, which basic man, it's just so hard to explain. So the concept was I want to make this thing where I could tell my own story by just using scenes from different movies to help drive that narrative. Uh, and honestly, I didn't think it'd be as big as it was with all the movies I decided to use. It's just I needed the footage to help tell the story I wanted to tell. And it just turned into this big old ordeal where I started the website, started the project, and people just got on board, which I honestly appreciate.
Yeah, and if you don't, for those of you who don't know, FireMerk hosts his own fan edit hosting site, which there aren't a lot of those.
Yep,
So,
which I was very disappointed in.
but you can kind of understand that there's always the legal question.
Oh, right, of course.
But then you slap everybody has their copy and paste disclaimer. Hey, SDN is in the chat.
Oh, what's up, SDN?
So I got some questions prepared. Like most people who do interviews,
Of course.
and I'll just want to start with how'd you start fan editing?
Honestly, it was right after Batman v Superman came out, and that shit pissed me off. Just seeing it in theaters because I went out of my way to go on vacation from work. I went to San Antonio. I got a nice ass hotel. I like celebrated for this movie. And the theatrical version is such a disappointment. And I'm so mad at the studio for not releasing that 3 hour cut. But,
Hashtag release the Snyder Cut.
yep, yep, please do, please. Um, so yeah, that's actually where it got started because I started looking into fanedit.org. I started noticing, people were changing these movies and making them better. And I thought to myself, you know what? I'm already been doing editing myself already because of I've been doing filmmaking for a while. And I said to myself, you know what? I'm just going to fix this movie the way I think it's supposed to be. And that's where it all started.
Constants and variables, man.
Yes, sir.
And so, like, when you started, did you watch edits to for inspiration?
Oh, yeah, no doubt. I
What
didn't
would you say
watch,
was the first?
man, I've seen so many since I've had to, have the website and people just constantly send me fan edits. Uh, but I would have to say one of my first ones is probably LV. Man, what was it called? LV426, which was a Prometheus edit, and it was
I'm familiar. I don't know all the details, but I do know of it.
yeah, it was in black and white, and man, I don't know. There was just something about it that I just really adored, and it's one it's what actually got me to go to fanedit.org to find out more about it because I saw a trailer on YouTube about it.
It's pretty similar to how I was the same, but with 81's not despecialized, revisited.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Of course, it was Star Wars with me. Oh, my glasses fell off. Excuse me. SDN asks, first, I would like to say that I love the whole Legion saga from the series to both movies. And my question is, how did you come up with the idea of merging all DC movies into one story?
Oh, that's a good question. It was actually just me being like wanting to have a challenge of just taking all the DC movies and just fixing it all at once because I tried to fix Suicide Squad and that's impossible. You cannot fix Suicide Squad in just one movie. It would only be like 45 minutes. So I just took that idea and I decided, you know what? Instead of just trying to fix one of these movies, I'm just going to fix them all at once. And then that just blossomed into Legion.
Also, SDN, I know we spent a long time working on sound before this started.
Yeah, and I think it's on my end, so that's why it sounds like I'm screaming because I kind of am.
And I'm being very calm, but the room I'm in is very echoey.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It does not sound like I'm calm right now.
I'm gonna be over here. See if the distance will help. These conditions are not ideal. They're just the conditions we have.
That's right.
All right. So next question. So you have all these edits on your site. Do you have a favorite one that you didn't make?
Oh yeah, dude. Like your cut, the coward's cut. That shit's
my
amazing.
my drunk weekend edit.
Yeah,
That's the one.
yeah, dude. Whenever you sent me the email, I knew I was gonna love this movie. Just by your description alone, I knew. Okay, when I go into this, it's gonna be fucking fantastic.
I'm just gonna stop putting on my glasses for a bit. They're broken. And they're not getting fixed anytime soon.
Damn.
And so, what would you say so far has been your best work?
Um, honestly, it's got to come down to part two only because I paid a lot of attention to my transitions from each scene just so it would seem seamless.
I know what you mean.
And I was like, I'm not trying to gloat or anything, but there are some transitions that I found throughout this thing where I was like, okay, I'm impressed with
Oh
what
yeah, I call those happy accidents.
yeah, those are fantastic. And
It's just yeah,
the
like when you don't even need to move the music you put in.
yep. It's just seamless and everything just works and you knew this is how it was supposed to be and it especially when you have the idea in your head and you put it into the editing and then once it plays and it's exactly the way you saw it in your head. It's a beautiful, beautiful feeling.
Oh yeah.
But the other edit I would say is probably the shape where I did my Halloween edit where not a lot of people have seen it and I kind of wish that they would go back and rewatch it or just watch it for the first time just because I worked really hard on that thing and it's got a really good twist I think towards the middle of the movie.
I haven't seen it, but it's actually on my watch list. I don't own the source material, but I have a friend who does, so I want to invite him over and have him bring it. So I'm just bending the rules.
Oh yeah, that's hey, more power to that because that's not a bad idea.
Yeah, it's just. I always say, at the very least, rent it.
Exactly.
Which actually, you know what? That's a good transition to this question. So, as you know, The general rule for watching a fan edit is own the source material.
Okay.
For things like my Kenobi edit, you just need to own the prequel trilogy.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I also use things like the original trilogy and The Force Awakens and even a movie about Jesus. I don't require people to
Wait.
need
Wait.
those.
What's the Jesus movie?
It's called Last Days in the Desert and it's starring Ewan McGregor.
Wow. I gotta check that movie out. I
But I
gotta.
don't require people to need those. I because well, my reasoning is my reasoning. But what would you say is the bare minimum of movies that you need to own to watch Legion?
Um. Actually, that's a great question, and I have my own opinion on what is considered fair use and what isn't. I think to myself that, man, it's hard to explain just because fan editing to me is already art in itself.
Mm.
So I think if you change it substantially to where it just does not match that original content at all, especially with the story, that is considered fair use.
Mm.
But the movies that I believe that you should own before you even watch Legion, uh, there's so many movies that I use, but the only ones you need to own is only because I pretty much give almost a beat by beat story to that film is Justice League, Constantine, Man of Steel, Suicide Squad, Green Lantern, and Batman v Superman.
You know what? Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I see why you choose those.
Yeah.
I'm just glad I've had like a Constantine DVD since like 2005.
Hey, that's an underrated movie. I've always enjoyed the special effects in that movie.
Honestly, like I didn't even think about it for a long time until I saw Legion, and I was like, Constantine. Oh my God, that's John Constantine.
Yeah, dude. I don't even know how I even decided to put Constant. I don't know how I could even make it work without. Dude, I don't even know how I was able to put it in there, honestly. But
Mom rises for Darkseid.
yeah, but yeah, dude. Somehow it seamlessly was able to fit into the story with the whole Legion idea, and especially with there's one dialogue in there where the detective mentions to Constantine that she thinks that there's some legion or cult going on. That's when I knew I had to put it in there.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, yeah, I know what you mean. It's kind of like I'm picturing the kind of feeling you're getting when you realize you can do that,
Yeah.
and I'm something tells me you got the same idea when you saw John Wick 2 and you think you're Old Testament.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Once I heard that, dude, I knew I was gonna have to put that in there. He was gonna have to be Mammon, the demon trying
Hell
to
yeah.
tell, and it just worked. And it worked. To me, it worked beautifully. It was just trying to find the right music to transition between each scene to make it just make. I just keep using the word seamless just because it is.
We use invisibility,
Exactly.
Chris and I. SDN with another question. Do you think do you think about creating something out of the style with another story or universe? I have plans for something Marvel style too, but I wonder if FireMerk has something in mind.
Oh yeah, that's what Dawn of Thanos is going to be. It's going to be the Dawn of Thanos is going to be the Marvel of Legion. So it's going to be dark. I'm going to try and spend some money on this one because I do want it to be sort of rated R, and I want to add a little blood to it. So that's my whole idea going into this, and I really hope it could pay off.
Please tell me you've seen the Corridor Crew video.
I have not, only because I don't want to accidentally rip anyone off and use anyone's ideas.
Well, they're like a VFX crew. What they did was just make a fight scene. One, you're definitely not doing what they did with Scarlet Witch. I promise you.
Okay, okay.
But they just took one fight scene in Civil War and made it rated R.
Oh, okay. That sounds awesome.
Oh yeah, it's badass. I love watch. I just love going on and seeing other people change scenes around. Like they fixed around the blood SDN. um, but yeah, they fixed the shot of the Rock, the opening shot of the Rock in the second Mummy movie, The Mummy Returns.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Famous Scorpion King Scorpion animation.
Yeah, that. Oh, I did see that video. And they,
Beautiful.
yeah, they did a great job.
Oh yeah, deep fakes are like the future of fan editing.
Yeah, I think so. I just got to learn the software.
Oh, it's terrifying.
Yeah, just I tried to try. Dude, I downloaded it one time and looked at it for about 5 minutes and said, "Fuck this."
Yeah, yeah. That sounds like me with AVI synth.
Yeah, because I really wanted to fix Cavill in Justice League, but it's just so much time.
I don't even remember what you're talking about. Oh, Henry Cavill.
Yep.
Uh, with the mustache. Yeah.
But oh well.
I've seen people try with that one. It's the problem is they got the side of his mouth wrong, and it's just that deep fake can't fix that.
Yeah, I don't think so.
It's all about where the lips touch at the sides.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate.
Yeah, limitations.
Yeah, give it about 20 years.
So, what is something that most people tend not to get with Legion? Like, what have you had to explain to people the most? Would you say?
Um, that these are good questions. Um,
Yeah, I know. I watch fan edits. I do fan editing's my thing.
nice, dude. I love it. I love it. I would have to say honestly, which is weird, and I'm not gonna gloat. I'm not trying to gloat, but I haven't really had much of a issue with people not understanding the story as
Well,
people.
fucking gloat much, why don't you?
But what I get most is recommendations on what to do with Legion. And at the end of the day, like I love I love the ideas. It's just I have to stick with my original idea and I tried to make some things work and I just couldn't make it work. And that's
Mhm.
the most unfortunate part.
I know what you mean. It's like when I first started the I was honestly just posting clips of edits that were I had already finished, and so people were giving me suggestions, and I'm like, I please stop. I don't want to re-export it. I don't want to have to do this
Yeah, exactly. Like,
because it was a good like I saw in one of the comments of your videos somebody suggested using Ryan Reynolds' death from some recent movie,
oh yeah. Nah, I'm
Who's
sorry.
in Space.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I just don't know how to make that one work.
Yeah, exactly. You had in the first trailer you had Superman burying Hal Jordan alive. Not much else to do with that.
Right. Yeah. Uh, man, I love their ideas, and I tried to make Rain of Fire work because I wanted to do an idea with 20 years into the future with Batson as Christian Bell from Rain of Fire, but it was just I was already almost at 4 hours long, so there's just not much I can do.
Yeah,
And
and
there's a lot I actually don't have in Legion. If anyone wants to go back and watch the original movies, there is a lot of stuff that I do not like important story elements to those movies that I just don't have the time to put in. I would love to. If I would have kept the series going instead of making it into parts, that probably would have been able to work. But I think the parts just worked a lot better.
Yeah, I remember being pretty disappointed when I heard that you were breaking up the movie into like four parts.
Yeah, and it honestly started because I was getting so many recommendations on, how to make it, and then I tried the series and it just wasn't working. So I had to go back to my original roots and be like, look, I got to do what I know in my heart is right for this story. So this is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to start breaking it into parts. So
Yeah, it was hard to follow with the multi part thing. I will say
yeah, yeah,
because you got to remember stuff, and then it's like he's talking to Aquaman, and I'm like, wasn't Aquaman over there, or was that something else?
yeah, exactly. And I'm not surprised people got confused by that because I was trying to, be stupid, and in my head I was like, oh, they're gonna know exactly what I'm talking about because I've only seen the story so many times in my head that it makes sense to me, but it's not. But the first time with some other viewer, it's definitely not going to make sense to them, and I did not think about that at all.
It's like thinking a transition is seamless because you've just heard it again and again.
Exactly.
No one can hear FireMerk Jizrag. Good to see you again.
Can you hear me now if I scream like this?
Or Jizag. Yeah, we were having some serious issues with that before we started.
Which I will be fixing, and we will do this again, hopefully.
Hopefully, if all works out
Yep.
and neither of us are killed, it happens.
Yeah. And I do apologize because I think it's on my end, everybody. So, to all the people watching, I am sorry.
My next question my next question is, were there any Legion ideas for Legion that didn't work out? But I think you just kind of answered that one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. With the Rain of Fire, that one did not work out. I also wanted to do a little bit of Skyline with Brainiac, but that didn't work out either. Just because, again, it just became too long. The pacing didn't work. Um, it was just so much story compacted into like such little time. Even though these movies are so goddamn long.
Also, yeah, these movies are already a lot of story compacted into a
Yeah.
lot of time. Actually, relatively speaking, not a lot of time.
Right. Yeah. And I think part one, it was more like me trying to learn, uh, mixing these movies together and trying to make each one work. And that's why
Mm.
I think part two works so much better because I learned my mistakes from that, from part one, hearing all the comments and concerns, that I was able to take that and incorporate it into part two and just make it so much better.
It seems to be working at least within the first 2 hours.
Which I appreciate.
It's a long movie. You guys, which I recommend you watch, by the way, people watching at home
Thank
or
you.
at work or wherever you're watching. I don't care.
Yeah, even at work, go ahead. I don't care.
Just make sure your boss isn't looking,
Yeah, exactly.
and make sure you actually have a computer at work. Otherwise, it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Okay, so what would you say was the most unlikely source that you used for making Legion?
Um, like that I was surprised that I used.
Exactly. Like, was there ever? It's just like, oh, I could definitely use that.
Yeah, let me think about that. Oh, it was definitely the Nolan trilogy. I did not think I could use that shit at all.
Really?
Yeah, but it works so well.
Yeah, for making Batman retired, that's awesome.
Yeah, and for some reason it really worked. Especially in part two, whenever you really get into the nitty gritty, and it shows the backstory of Ben Affleck's Batman with him as a child, and I was able to use the Nolan trilogy to do that. It's fantastic.
Of course, the comedian doesn't play his father.
No,
Unfortunate.
yeah, yeah. I'm sorry, but
Martha.
it, to me, it felt right to use as the footage, and it just showed that I don't know, dude. It feels like you can take any movie and you can turn it into anything that you want. Just
Also, also, did Bane kill or almost kill Victor Stone?
uh,
Is that like it shows Victor talking about the accident and he's sweeping through the stuff, and then it cuts to Bane triggering the bombs at the football field.
oh no, that's supposed to be happening like all at the same time.
Okay, like I said, it's paused. It's actually paused on a computer that's right there. You can't
Oh,
see me
okay.
pointing.
No, that's all supposed to be happening during like the same moments to where everything's supposed to just feel so chaotic. Like how are just a couple of people supposed to stop all this?
Now, sorry, I'm just going through all the
Oh, you're fine.
questions. Oh, is there anything you want to tease before we? Anything you want to? You before we're going to be approaching the end around the half hour mark.
Oh,
Anything you want to tease before we go?
um, well, like I said, I got Donna Thanos. It's gonna be just like Legion. I'm gonna be taking a whole bunch of shit and scrambling it up, creating something crazy. It's not. I am not telling the exact same story as the Marvel universe. I can just guarantee you that. So that I am telling something completely original, and I can't spoil. I don't want to really spoil anything like that, or I don't want to keep going because I will spoil some shit.
Yeah, spoil it when we're done.
Yeah. Oh, and the next year my big fan edit was going to be Star Wars. It's
Uh-huh.
going to be the exact same thing, just like Legion, just like Dawn of Thanos. And I'm going to be telling my own original story. It's going to have brand new music. Uh, it's going to be something crazy. And that I'm going to be spending pretty much my most of my time on that edit starting next year because I already know a lot of people are big Star Wars fans. So
Yeah, if you're on this channel, well, you better be. I mean,
yeah, I got to bring it, especially with you. You definitely know your shit.
yeah, I'll don't be afraid to ask for help with that.
Oh yeah, no doubt. I'm gonna need help. But
Star Wars, that's my stuff. And also, don't forget, I for those of you who who've been on my channel for a while may remember seeing a certain Spider-Man 3 clip
oh
of
yeah,
you and I are in talks at some point when our projects are closer to finished of possibly collaborating and actually seeing that finished, so it's not just this one clip of Agent Coulson.
yeah. Let's do it. I'm super excited to collaborate. I think you and I are gonna have a good time doing that, and I think it's gonna be like I think the finished product is gonna be something special.
Yeah, it's epic. Just a quick comment for SDN edition. I had already talked to FireMerk about me creating a Legion based series, but with a slightly different story. One thing I thought was altering scenes from Bright. Oh, really? Scenes from Brightburn.
Oh yeah, that's a great idea. I did not incorporate that, but you should.
Yeah, SDN, keep us informed.
Yeah, please do, dude. That sounds like a great idea.
Do it. Do it.
But
Do it. And so I think just to wrap it up, because we're actually I kind of now I just want to hit the perfect 30-minute mark.
Yeah, dude. It sounds perfect.
So just to close off, thank you for being here, FireMerk.
Hey, thank you for inviting me. I do apologize again for the audio. That will be fixed next time, no matter what. And I really appreciate this, guys, because this was a lot of fun.
It was great to have you here.
Fun and getting to talk to everybody.
Uh, Live stream supposed to have a live stream tomorrow with Chris. We're gonna finally be reviewing that other KOTOR episode 1. Hope to see you guys there. Hope to see you there, FireMerk.
I will be there.
Thank you all.